me and Arthur, we've been now discussing a lot about comparing Notion versus a lot of tools, and I haven't been using Notion that much. Obviously, it has been part of someone, but not too much. Instead, I usually use always Miro, so that's why it just kind of naturally we went straight there. That when we were comparing Miro against Notion, I was like, well, Miro is obviously better, so let's do that.
We have reached an impasse, and I think I use Miro as well sometimes for some of the stuff that I do, but for like knowledge collection, for idea collection, I use Notion, and I'm sure Mikael uses Miro for also like ideas, like idea visualization and so forth. So we thought that, hey, it'll be pretty awesome to maybe go over the both tools and to see how they compare, and also what distinct features do they have, because I think Notion is a more of a structured like data storage, while Miro is very like free and very like free form, where you can decide how you want to structure your data. And I think they're very different tools, but you can use them for the same purpose. For example, idea collection. Just like before, maybe you start, and then I will have a little bit of time for rebuttal.
Absolutely. So I happen to have it already open here. And well, I'm using the premium version of Miro. So I mean, it's convenient when you have more things to do in there. You can use the free version. I think they at least they used to have this offer of 3 boards for free or something. But yeah, well, I have a ton, so I need to have the premium version. And by the way, Miro is not sponsoring this in any way, so I'll just show it because I like it. Anyway, you can do a lot of stuff with Miro. You can just like you can do sticky notes if you like. It's a I think in best ways this is a collaboration tool where you can invite a lot of team members or observers, and you guys can just brainstorm together, make different kind of well, let's say that I'll do like this sticky note stuff. And then I want to say like, okay, these guys are tied together because it kind of makes sense. And then I would have the blue ones, and this also goes here. So you can easily make these kind of wireframes, but they're just more visual. But the way I usually just do it is that I take the writing tool, and let's put it a little smaller, and then like typing something, and then I know that if that happened, let's say that this is actually good when you're trying to figure out if you're, for example, coding or leading the coding project. Then you can do this like if and else stuff. So well, this is not just, I'm just like showing it, but the thing is that you just draw something happens, and then so on, and now you just keep doing this on and on. I like to do it like this. It's not very beautiful, but it's just convenient. But then you can also use, they have this let's see, I haven't been using it for so long. They have the Miro mind map, which is very convenient. So then you can make this more beautiful version of so you just type here things, and so it goes. You can also do a lot of like mock-ups. They are not the most beautiful ones either, but it's pretty good one, just to show like how things are going. I'm just trying. I don't use it that much, so I need to. It's somewhere here. Oh, wireframe library. I think it's this one. Yeah. So you can click browser. You can fill there whatever you want. Then tablets and etc. But the thing is that you can also, let's say that I want to use. I'm gonna use my own website. So So I have a link, and I want to present it part of the project. So I'll just take the link and I can just drop it, and it creates this little snippet like this. So now you can use this in part of your whatever you're creating, and you can same way draw stuff here. And let's say that I want to create a box which I could use for writing stuff in. So I can just combine all these things together. And then maybe I want to use logos to clarify things. So then I just go to icon finder, and then we can write here, let's say TikTok. Do they have TikTok logo already? I'm not sure. Yeah. So then you have a different kind of TikTok logos you can use, and you can use them in part of your design, whatever you're creating here. So overall, this is very convenient for so many things. I usually, when I have my keynote speak engagements, and when I'm, trying to figure out what kind of talk I'm gonna have, then I'll do it like this. I'm gonna write here the first, the big topic. So it's this one, and then I'm gonna, split it into okay, sad. And then I'm just gonna go like this, and then I know that this is gonna take like 10 minutes. So then I know that I'm gonna split it to this topic and this topic, and when I do it like that, it's very easy for me to understand what I'm gonna say, how long it's gonna take, and then I can just modify and write bullet points or whatever I want here. So yeah, you can use it in various ways.
Yeah, and I think with the Miro, there is no specific structure, and there is a lot of tools for presentation, right? You can start a timer, you can embed videos, you can export frames as PDF. So I think it's very good when you want like an unlimited canvas space to have your ideas in a visual way.
Exactly.
I actually started to use Miro as an alternative to PowerPoint, and every time that I do trainings, I actually start with an empty canvas, and then I talk about the terms and methodologies, and I try to show concepts in the Miro by, creating it in real time, and people seem to be more engaged because, it's not a PowerPoint, things are happening, they're paying attention because, I'm drawing, I'm making connections. And I think for that kind of stuff, I agree, Miro is a really, really interesting alternative to other tools. Yeah, and I think Miro also works works also as a way for people to participate in a meeting or a training, and you don't have to share your screen, because if they enter and they see the same board that you're sharing, they will be able to see your mouse cursor, and you can force as a host everybody to follow you. So basically you don't have to share the screen. They just open the link, and then they hear your voice, and they will be able to see what you're showing, and they will be able to see that part of the Miro board that you are working on. So I think there's a lot of collaboration functionality.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, this is best for collaboration in many parts. And I think I just saw in Microsoft Teams that they had this Miro like a featured tool that you can use with Teams. I think you can also use with Google. I don't remember, but I haven't been using it with there, but I have this feeling that they also provide it.
Yeah, I think Miro can be easily embedded in many different services, and I will also show maybe that in the Notion as well. I think it can be easily connected to other tools. You are correct. I think there is functionality in Slack already. I think in Teams now, so you can open easily Miro boards and you can see previews and whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. But one thing that I don't like about Miro is that once you actually have a lot of information, because there is no structure, it's very hard to go back. So if you created like a lot of material in Miro over like 10 years or something, it's very hard to find things and it's very hard to make use of that data in a sense. So it's really good as a collaboration, but it's very bad, in my opinion, as a document manager. And some people, I know one of my customers actually does sprint planning in Miro. So they have sprint planning board in Miro and everybody connects and so forth. But once you have, like 15 people working on one board, you have like, 400 stickers and everything. It's kind of just becomes a mess.
Yeah.
Because you can't use filtering functionality as well. You can't find things as well. You can't, it becomes very tedious. So people try to use Miro for things that I think it's not optimized for, such as I mentioned, like document management. I think for that, it's not very good. And this is where I use personally Notion.
You shouldn't use it so that it's only like one board and where 15 people collaborates all the time for 6 months. I can't see that it works. The way I use with my team, we create very small, like very small documents. We usually just use it for some parts of the project, so we're not including everything there, because you're right, there's no filtering tool, and I think it's not even meant to be used like that. Maybe that's the reason why they don't have. Miro is launching a lot of new features and upgrades all the time, and I haven't seen, and never it's gonna have a filtering option there. So I think it's not the correct way to use. Obviously, everybody can use the way they want, but that is very inconvenient when you have too big of a project what they are building. I think you can link different boards to one board. I think so. I have never done it though, but I have a feeling that you can do it. So then maybe you have one big huge project, and then you link other boards that are like subboards. So then you know that this is part of that and that.
Yeah. So the way that I think about Miro, it's like, in the classroom, you have the whiteboard, right? And you draw there, you have equations, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But when it's time to store the data, you never store the data on a whiteboard, right? You kind of store it in a notebook or in a book or in, obviously, in a computer document. So for me personally, I think where Miro excels is probably like real-time collaboration, quick one, also presentation software as a way to present, for example, trainings, keynote speeches, that good stuff. It might work for that pretty well. But for me personally, I tend to use Notion for everything else that I want to store for a long period of time. And maybe this is a good segue for me to tell you a little bit how I use Notion and how it, makes a lot of sense for me. So maybe I can share my screen and give you guys a little bit of a preview of how I use Notion. And so Notion, in my opinion, is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. I mean, it has 1 million different features, and you will find features pretty much for everybody, right? So if you're a newbie and you just want to, create documents, store your ideas, great. But Notion, it also has a full-featured database engine built in. So if you want to have very structured data, very rigid structure, you can do that. Notion has also nowadays AI functionality, so that you can use that to create documents quicker. There is a lot of things you can do, and it would take maybe 5 hours to go through all the features that Notion offers. But I will tell you how I use it myself, so that you can see if it's useful for you. And just hopefully
All
we'll
right.
find it useful.
See.
So basically, in Notion, you have workspaces, right? So you can be a member of multiple workspaces. You could have your own personal workspace. You could have workspace with your company, and company workspace could have multiple members, while your private workspace could be only available to you. So what I have, for example, in my own private workspace, I have archive for all the old stuff that I don't need anymore, but I want to keep around. I have second brain, that is where I have contracts,
You have the
proposals.
competitor research.
Yes, I have that as well. I have personal for my personal stuff, like my trips and all of that. I have work, and work is Monday plannings, projects, sales, invoicing, milestones, videos, strategic planning, and so forth. And then I have inbox, where I put everything that I don't know where it should go first. So it's like kind of my inbox. And Notion in the end is a document tool, basically. Every single page or every single piece is kind of like a document. Document can be part of the database, or it could be a simple page. And here, if you look at Notion, you can create a simple page that goes, for example, under second brain, right? And I'll call it test, right? You can give it any name you want. You can give it an icon, right? So for example, big brain, you can add cover to it to make it more interesting from the perspective of like visual appeal, right? So I could type here, for example, I don't know, Malaysia.
Well, that's nice. So let's keep the Earth.
Yeah, we can keep it. So basically, you can put any image here as you want, and then you can start creating the document. What I love about Notion is that nowadays they also incorporated ChatGPT-like functionality here. So if you're staring at a blank page, you can just press space, and now you can tell AI to write something for you. So you can say, create a sprint planning document skeleton for a marketing company, and then you press enter, right? And then AI will start writing, and here it is, basically all done. If you want to make it longer, you can choose that. You can try again to get different output. If you're happy, you're happy. You can
and
also
is there like is it just, I mean, like, is it GPT-3 that is behind it? Or
yeah,
I
think it's
own?
powered by OpenAI, which is a creator of ChatGPT. So I think this is functionality that is
technology.
I think this functionality is really, really useful. You can use it in many different ways. Again, as I mentioned, it's just enough for you to just press space, and then you have, different options here. This is like ready-made prompts, or you could have, for example, like create a to-do list for market entry to Asia for a software company. Focus on social media, right? So again, if you know ChatGPT, you know that this is nothing really like amazing. This is the same output you would get probably from ChatGPT. But the wonderful part is, because it's part of the document management tool that Notion provides, it's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
And Notion supports nested documents, so you can just highlight maybe a word here, and you can turn it, for example, into a page. And now it became a page.
So what is page? What does it mean?
Page is just a structure, basically. So if you think about it, every single page can have some pages, right? So if you think about it, it's like a page can function also as a directory. So you can have other pages inside it. So that's like really useful, basically nested pages. And you can share documents to the web, basically, and you can allow people to edit, comment, all that good stuff. So the sharing functionality is great. What I actually use a Notion for is I create proposals in Notion itself, which is pretty damn awesome because you could just use AI. You could say like, hey, create proposal text for I don't know, WordPress landing page based on Elementor, which is a horrible idea, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
You know, if you are
You shouldn't
using
use
WordPress,
Elementor.
don't go using Elementor. But I just wanted to show that it also creates, this is the wonderful part, if you do this yourself in ChatGPT, it will not create headings and so forth. But here, the AI knows how to create, you know, formatting, proper formatting for you. So you have bullet points, you have titles, and basically the creation of document is very easy. You just, you know, type / for comments, and then here, you could, for example, choose table of contents. For example, here, table of contents, boom. And now automatically you have table of contents, and you can just go export and export it to, for example, PDF. If it's a proposal, you probably want PDF. If you want Markdown, you can actually export it as a Markdown document so that it later can be edited in Markdown editors, or it can be like transformed into any other format such as PDF or Word document. And you can embed stuff here easily. So if you have like a Miro board you want to embed, you can do that as well. You just type / and then embed. And here by default it supports many different softwares, and here you have a Miro, for example. So now if I pasted a Miro board here, so now if I pasted a Miro board, for example, Miro.com, and then if I paste, well, I think I'm logged in here. Miro has a desktop version of their software as well. So here, for example, processes, this is one document I created for our team in order to like describe our internal processes a little bit better. So here you just create a board link, and then you go here and just click embed. And now basically what will happen is Miro document will be, interactive document will be part of the document in Miro, and you can actually see Miro board itself, and you can interact with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and you can expand it, you know, you can make it so that it's really, you know, it's really proper. And this is what I really love about Notion, is that Notion works the best. And I'm not going to go into database and all of that. If you like Notion or you think this is cool, just Google Notion and you will see like 1 million different tutorials. But Notion works really well as a content hub. So if you want to bring there all the content from different places, and because they have unlimited storage space, if you are paying for Notion, you can actually put there your videos. For example, I have here, I think, video ask. Oh, here we go. So for example, here, I have videos that I store. So these videos are stored at Notion servers at no additional cost for me, and I can download them if I want to, but I can also play them directly from Notion. So it works really well as a place to put everything that you have. Google Documents, you can put them here, you can embed Miro, you can have videos and so forth. And then what I also like is you just press and hold Command and you press K, and now you have very easy way to just see your documents, find your documents. So I can just type like Monday planning, for example, and boom, here is my document. I press it again and I go to test. Boom, this is the document that I just looked at. It's very, very easy. And from that perspective, I think it's a killer service and like a really good software. The only downside that I see is that there is no offline functionality, if I remember correctly. So it means if you're not connected, you don't have access to all of your documents, which is really unfortunate.
That is very rare. That is very rare. That you would be
unless you
offline for
travel a
long.
lot and spend a lot of time in the plane.
I mean, yeah,
Or
but
you have bad
you
connection.
get Wi-Fi on planes nowadays, so that is not a problem either. You know, when we used to live in Mexico, we were flying a lot, and those planes at least, we used Lufthansa, and they always had Wi-Fi, and it was actually pretty decent Wi-Fi. So it was not super fast, but it's definitely something that you can do. You know, if you're working with Notion, because obviously this is not most likely. It's not using too much of bandwidth, so you don't need much of you don't need a fast Wi-Fi to do it. And now
Yeah, of
people are
course.
getting the Starlink all in all, more and more, so you can
Yeah,
get Wi-Fi to remote places. You propose this idea because
yeah.
once again you are clear winner. So my tools they usually always suck when we are comparing to your.
No, 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 no.
And
I think
I have to start using Notion immediately. This is I don't know why I haven't been. I think I started using Notion way back, like years
yeah,
ago, and then it was kind of like a skeleton compared to what it is now. And I noticed from some kind of I think I saw an ad from Notion lately that they
yeah.
said they have the AI, and I was like, all right, cool, but they didn't explain it much, like what it really means that they have AI there. And I've been using ChatGPT for long, and then I've been using a lot of other AIs for the past 2-3 years. So I was like, okay, like everybody's putting AI in it, so doesn't make. But now that I see it, and it's the GPT-3 technology there, yeah, kind of makes the whole ChatGPT usage obsolete in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, they still use ChatGPT underneath, right? Or something similar to it. But what I like is that the way that they integrated this functionality into Notion seems very seamless and very easy. And you can create very quick documents. And that makes just a lot of sense, right? If you want to summarize something, Notion can do summaries. So you can just for example, create summary from this page, and now it will go through all the page and create a short summary of
Yeah,
everything you
that's
have written.
ChatGPT stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you, for example, have like a memo of a meeting or something, or a long document, you can create a very, very quick,
Okay. What if you
summary.
have a video? What if you have a like a YouTube video and you wanna get a summarized version of it, like a text format? Can you just put the
No,
URL?
I don't think you can do it. The only way to do it is if you can somehow create a transcript of a video, and this is maybe something we could talk at another time. But for example, if you use Descript, Descript is a very,
I'm
very
using
good
it. Yeah.
software.
Oh,
You could, for
it's
example,
fantastic
download
one. Yeah.
YouTube video and then put it in Descript, create a transcription file, import it into Notion, and then ask AI to summarize so that you can do it that way.
Yeah, this
but
script is
it's not as
this script is
seamless.
fantastic. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And I like it that we talk about different tools, and you like simple tools that are minimalistic maybe in a way,
I'm a
and
simple
are
person.
more visual. Well, not really. I just think you're more creative, and because I have a software, engineer background, software developer background, a little bit at least, I kind of like things, in a structure, neat,
Organized
packed,
way.
so that so that
Oh,
I have ability to
by the way,
later use
can you
it.
draw there? Can you draw there, or is it just like text stuff, or can you also draw? Can you make wireframes?
I think you can. I think you can draw. If I remember correctly, there was
like
there was a block for that.
wireframes or something like that.
I don't think wireframes. I think I think you have to embed something.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can embed Miro, so there you go. Then, yeah, for me,
Sorry.
I have to say that I usually like to promote myself as winner, but in this case, I gotta say that you won. Like, there's no even question about it. And for me, why I really like this stuff is that when you show that you have the AI here And now that I saw it in action, I was like, yeah, because we're using ChatGPT like every day, and we just got the plus, so we're now in the paid plan, and it's so convenient. But yeah, so you have the AI, but then also you show that you can embed Miro, and then you can even modify. You can see it, and that's yeah, that blew me away, and yeah, now I have to actually go and buy the Miro immediately. If you have a like a referral code, give me that one, and
No, I don't
we'll
think I
there.
don't think I have a referral code, but just get a free version of Notion. See what you like, and remember the AI functionality is locked to a paid plan, if I remember correctly, or maybe you can actually test it with free. But anyway, Notion is like $5 a month, like
What?
$5. Yeah,
That's nuts. Oh,
yeah,
that is crazy.
I think
This
it is.
that is the thing what I really like nowadays, and this is something that now I need to compare this
Okay,
to Finnish.
$8.
Huh? How much?
$8.
8. Well,
Eight.
nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So, and this is what I just wanted to say, that now that I'm comparing to Finnish startups and Finnish technology scene, what Finnish companies need to take more care of is try to compete against these, like, they need to make these crazy deals and crazy offers that nobody can compete against, because when you're doing like Notion, that is like, hey, $8 and you get AI, you get everything there, like full of features. It's really hard to compete against those when you only have like a couple of features, and then you are charging $100 a month, this kind of stuff. So I'm not talking about the Finnish companies because I'm from Finland, but this is actually this applies to all of the smaller countries that are building their own startups and they're putting money on startup scene. Is that this is the competition where you are competing against. So if you are charging more, like way more, I understand in the financial part that it's very hard to run without having more money coming in. But the thing is that the consumers are always choosing the best option, and so then you need to rethink the whole structure, that if you can't offer that kind of quality with that money, then you have to rethink your money flow. Okay, that's another topic. I just want to say that I'm so excited. I'm pumped on Notion. I didn't know that this is going there. I was like a little low energy when we started, because I was thinking like Notion is, that sounds so damn boring. But yeah, this is
pretty good. This
was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good to be the winner once in a while. So yeah, definitely. I think.
Well,
Notion...
you've been winning like all of our stuff. I think I
No, it depends.
I always declare myself winner when we start, and then you just what you wipe the table with me.
I think we talk about different tools and we use them in different ways. So we joke a little bit about winner and so forth. But yeah, Notion is definitely a tool that works as a archive for all your documents, and it's kind of like I call it like Notion is my brain dump. So when I have something in my head, if I, for example, have my to-do,
Miro is
on my netbook.
Yeah, Miro is for me.
Yeah,
that
so I
brain dump stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but in Miro the problem is that if you have multiple boards, I don't think you can easily search information from multiple boards, and it becomes kind of like a hassle a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't work like that. Yeah, I don't work like that though. Yeah. I don't need to search stuff. Huh?
What do you do? Like, how do you find information later when you need it, like 2 weeks later?
Well, that's the thing. I don't work anything like that. I don't need to remember things from 2 weeks. I actually remember in my brain, and then I have this. It's not a picture memory. I can't say that I have that, but I have a very good visual memory. So when I when I have a lot of boards, I just know that it's somewhere there. In that section, it's there, and then I just know where to go. And that is also a gift, but that it's also a curse, just because when I have like our employees and freelancers, they don't, obviously they can't they can access to my frames, so they don't know. So then I always need to be the one who's like, okay, I'm gonna get you that link, hold on, and they're gonna send it to chat or whatever. So I can't outsource that stuff away, and obviously it's taking more and more time. But yeah, I don't need the filtering tool. I don't need to. I've been using Microsoft Teams with our clients a lot, and everybody else they are always fetching their data from whatever where the data is located, and for me that's my brain stop working. For me it's super difficult to find anything like that. But when I see them as pictures, or
visual
I see them
objects or
visually,
something.
I see them like boards, it's super easy to find anything. It's super easy.
Yeah, but again, it's hard to scale this way of storing information.
Yeah,
in a
you
bit.
can't.
Like once the organization start growing, you can't really do that. But
Yeah, I know.
I do think that ability to embed Miro in the documents is a really good functionality, because then
for sure.
you can start with the Miro board, you can bring it to Notion, and then using AI you could summarize, you could create easily the document, or the funny part is that what you can actually do with Notion is that you can, for example, transcribe your own voice in Mac, for example.
Yeah.
So you could just click transcribe, and in Mac, for example, you can create text using your speech, and then you can ask AI to kind of go through the text, proofread it, apply formatting, and so forth. So I think there is a lot of functionality
you can use that
there.
as well there. Yeah. Because I have all these like voice memos, and that is hard, because I have a lot of voice memos on my Mac, iPhone and all that, and no way I can go back and see what's going on there. So I know when I'm recording it, I know that this is useless. I never go back. I would love to, but just skipping the timelines and which one. Because I also suck naming my recording, so they always like untitled something, and then there's just the dates, and now I just try to go back like, oh, was it like 6 months ago? I was thinking this and that, and then I'm just skipping, and I hate it. So if you can also embed that there, that's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. So this time, I think the Notion can be declared a winner, since it can be incorporated with Miro. And I think they're very different tools, but they can be combined. And I think they're the strongest when combined together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think exactly. When you're using stack of apps, like you're having Miro, then you're gonna have Trello. That you have. I think you can embed their HubSpot. I think you can put a lot of stuff there. I suppose so.
Maybe.
Well, at least with Zapier, you can for sure you can add whatever to Notion. So if you're using a stack of apps, and most likely you are, nowadays everybody just needs to use so many different tools all the time. Now I clearly see that Notion would actually be very beneficial for our company as well, and they I think they're a little undervalued or underestimated as a tool.
No, I don't think so, because there is so much buzz about Notion, and Notion has been raising money like nobody's business. They bought Cron, as the calendar that I recommended at some point.
Oh, Notion bought that one.
Yeah, Notion bought
awesome.
Cron.
Yeah.
And they have been now investing in AI, so they were able to roll that out pretty quickly. So Notion is growing like crazy, just like crazy, and people are really hyped about it. And what is really interesting about Notion is that usually people like hype about a service or a software, and then it kind of like dies down
Yeah,
rather
with the hype
quickly,
dies,
because
yeah.
in internet, nobody has attention for anything anymore. But for
So
Notion,
technically, we
there
make
were
these very short videos of like 40 minutes.
yes, very short.
It's not good
So
for algorithm, man.
basically, Notion was able to keep the momentum for very long time, and they are not really losing the momentum, which is really rare in our space. They're just killing it, to be honest. There are a lot of features people are still asking for, like in terms of like maybe security, offline functionality, but they're killing it, like really, really doing awesome work. And like when you subscribe to the paid plan, you kind of feel like the more time goes by, the better your plan becomes. So like when you had paid plan, you got AI functionality, like, on the top of your existing functionality. So I feel Notion is what Evernote could have been if Evernote actually did things right.
Yeah, what went wrong there? What went wrong? Because
So I
Evernote
think,
used to have like huge buzz, and now nobody's using it.
well, I use it. I use
Why
Evernote
though? You have
for
Notion. Why would you use Evernote?
no. One thing that Evernote does that Notion doesn't do, and I don't know if any other software does it. So you can just, for example, imagine this: I have a table scanner, document scanner that scans documents very quickly, right? You just put like 20 documents and it scans them like very quickly. So I just dump that stuff into Evernote. I just put it to Evernote, and Evernote automatically scans PDFs. And then later, if I want to find something, for example, I want to find a receipt for, I don't know, a computer or something, I don't have to really think like what was the document name. I just can type like what was on the receipt, maybe like, I don't know, like iPhone or, Logitech mouse or whatever. I can type it and it will search from the content of the file, from the PDF, from the docs. And if I draw something, it will also try to do OCR so that it detects my, my handwriting and turns it into text. So I can find stuff from my handwritten, notes and memos and stuff like that.
Well, I've been using Adobe's OCR there.
Yeah, but I think Adobe doesn't really do like all the formats. I think they do PDF maybe and like images or something. I don't know, but
they can withdraw data from images.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried, but again, Evernote is like $50 a year or something. But I think when they tried to redo the application from ground up, they made a lot of people very unhappy because they weren't able to provide functionality parity with the previous version. So they released a new version of application that they thought is better than the original one, but it had less features and it didn't function as well. So people got really disappointed.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can never take away features. That's just the thing. It's in when you're talking about governments, it's called deferred benefits, I think, in English, and it means that when you have it's earned benefits. So when you have earned your benefit, you can't give it away. So that's the same with apps and tools. When you have features, it's kind of like an earned benefit, and then when you're taking it away, even though it would be not even much used, it would. But if you take it away, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm done with this app, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think there is a term for it in psychology. It's aversion to loss or what? I don't remember what it is, but basically, if somebody gives you €1, you're like, okay, €1, great, thank you. You don't care much. But if you lose €1, the loss,
the hell breaks loose.
Yeah. So the feeling of losing something is a lot more impactful compared to gaining something, especially when we're talking about small things. So people went crazy, Evernote got so much hate. And I think now that, the company is sold actually to a mobile software development company, I think. So there is some potential for Evernote to come back, but I think it would need so much money, and they would have to go back maybe to original version of the application or redo it from scratch. I'm not really counting on that, but Evernote could have been Notion of today if they didn't screw up their development plan and development path. They just went like totally in the wrong direction. But again, let's not make this episode longer than it should be. I think we went on that was an interesting segue, but yeah,
we aimed at 20 minutes, and now we're like over 40.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think the good stuff came in the end of this one, so it's a good one.
Yeah, there's good rambling, from us for sure, I think. But otherwise, definitely try Miro, definitely try Notion, and try to mix them together. It's really, really awesome. And I just checked, and I think the AI functionality is also part of the free plan. So I think that's pretty cool. So
Even
basically
better.
you get kind of like ChatGPT-like functionality inside Notion. And let us know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want to see more episodes like this, subscribe and let us know that you like it. And hey, if you have some other alternatives that we didn't cover, or you want us to cover other software or services, just let us know. Thank you, Mikael. This was really, really good, as always.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. All right, bye.
Take care. Bye.